We are in an emergency because the Secret Service has proven itself incapable of providing necessary protection to their protectees, including President Trump. President Trump was nearly murdered. An innocent American was murdered. 2 others seriously wounded. Hundreds, thousands of others traumatized at that assassination attempt on Trump up in Butler. It's been a month, and nothing substantively has been done in terms of holding the agencies responsible for that abject failure, that deadly failure, accountable, other than by, frankly, Judicial Watch. As I highlighted to you recently, the Secret Service told us to go jump in a lake. They're not giving us any documents about the assassination attempt. So the FBI told us they're not going to give us anything either. They said they cited FOIA Exemption 7A. So there are exemptions under the Freedom of Information Act. So what happens is, let me do a little FOIA class for you here. You file a request for documents under the Freedom of Information Act, which is a federal law, and the agency generally has 20 days to respond. And they're supposed to respond with a substantive request, substantive response in the sense that, hey, we're not going to give you any documents, or you've asked for too many. If they're not going to give you any documents, they typically are supposed to tell you why. And there are various categories of documents or information in documents they don't have to necessarily disclose to you under the law. They can cite exemptions. And one of the exemptions that's overused, abused, and a tool of the deep state to hide information they don't want the American people to see is the law enforcement exception. Information that could reasonably be expected to interfere with enforcement proceedings. So allegedly there are enforcement proceedings going on that prevent the FBI from giving us any information specifically about their coordination and communications with the FBI in the run-up to the Butler rally. So this request wasn't even post-assassination documents. This was, tell us about how you work with the Secret Service in prepping for that event. And they refused to give us any documents. So as of today, the FBI and the Secret Service have yet to release to the American people, specifically to Judicial Watch, one document under the Freedom of Information Act. So do you think they can be trusted even right now to protect the president? And I mean Biden and Trump. I mean other protectees like the former presidents. I don't think so. I mean, there was a story by Susan Crabtree the other day. She writes for Real Clear Investigations. She's been following this Secret Service story like a hawk. President Trump was down in North Carolina this week, you may have seen. And Susan Crabtree reported, I describe it in this video here.
Incredible. Nearly a month to the day after they nearly got him killed, there's been another Secret Service security breakdown surrounding President Trump. Susan Crabtree of Real Clear Investigations reported a female agent left her post at a Trump event just before he got there, didn't tell anyone to go breastfeed her child. And she brought her family back behind the security perimeter with her without pushing them through and having the Secret Service and other security vet them. Incredible breakdown in security, again, by the Biden-Harris Secret Service. They're going to get Trump killed unless this issue is treated like the emergency it is. Now, in the meantime, Judicial Watch is seeking and demanding answers from the Secret Service and the FBI. Of course, we're getting the stonewalls on records about the assassination attempt, but Judicial Watch is prepared to go to court to get the full truth about this crisis.
Can you believe that? The woman brought her child, her infant child, to her posting for a presidential level event. Remember, at this, I presume, maybe not, I shouldn't, the Secret Service has heightened security for President Trump. And she thinks she can bring her infant and then her family members and just get her family members into the area, secure area, without vetting, and then leaving without telling anyone her post? I guess the commander on site was kind of doing a patrol just to see where everyone was, and he ran into her, into this office that she wasn't supposed to be in with her family. Incredible. I'd be very concerned. I said this after he was shot, obviously, because the failure was quite obvious, but they haven't fixed things at the Secret Service. A tiger doesn't change its stripes in a giant bureaucracy like that. And the FBI, that idea that there's ongoing law enforcement proceedings against whom? Or is it against who? Yeah, it's against who? And that's the excuse the Secret Service is using as well. Is there another shooter? No, they're just making this up. I'm telling you that based on experience. Under this theory, because in theory, until every question is answered, there's ongoing law enforcement proceedings. Under this way, what the Secret Services and the FBI are telling Judicial Watch, we will never see documents. And I think what they're doing is they're trying to delay the release of documents until after the election. That's obvious. But the good news is that, at the state and local level, there is some more transparency. It's a month, and the only folks who have been transparent have been folks in Butler County, the police department, and then the DA's office. They released a raft of videos and documents and pictures to us. We received this picture, for instance, of the shooter. I guess it was two pictures here from the Butler County DA in response to a FOIA request. So this picture is of, I forget his name, and I don't care what his name is at this point. The Cooks? You can Crooks. They're close enough to see his phone. And that picture has been previously published, but we just received that officially from the government. So people are just, gobsmacked by how close law enforcement was to this kid, and yet he was still able to kill an innocent American. Remember, Trump survived, and God bless America that he did. But there's a man dead and two severely injured. And in addition to that, we received videos from the Butler County Police Department, some body cam videos, and we tried to keep it in chronological order, the videos we obtained. It includes a video of the police officer. Remember, there was one police officer who got his colleague, to kind of pop him up onto the roof, and then he saw the shooter, and he backed off or dropped or whatever. And so we got the video of that as well under the right to know law in Pennsylvania. So here's the videos that your Judicial Watch was able to uncover about the Trump assassination attempt.
Someone's on the roof. What's up, man? Don't pull up your head, he's right there! Yo, face! Yo, you fuck all up these rings down? Next! Bro. I need a ladder, she's gonna fucking hold!
1305, that was relayed.
Information on anything.
Understood, no confirmation. They were relayed the ladder on the right-hand side, or the left-hand side, they're on the way with it.
Hold. Used to be a mess on standby immediate as well.
Yeah, we got attack unit, and then we got a BT unit up
We got
there.
everybody we can coming.
Shooter down.
And,
Whether he's down or whether he's in custody, yes.
I'm going to try to confirm in a second.
Yes.
Okay. I need one CMS on standby.
I don't want to split
No.
Is he a shooter? Did he have a weapon? Is he?
That was the report. That was a report.
1382 Butler.
Anybody inside? There's no security inside.
I told the Secret Service, post a fucking guy over here.
This side.
I told him that fucking at the meeting on Tuesday.
Yo, Tess, you got me up once, bro. Yo, Tess, you got me up once. Get me up again.
One more.
Ready? Yep.
All right, ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
And here's the other video. This is the video I started talking about of the officer going up. There he is. He sees the shooter, falls down, goes and runs. It's pretty dramatic stuff. And in addition, we received this material from the police department, the district attorney, detailing the local law enforcement support, which is pretty significant. Let me go. Butler Township Police Department and the U.S. Secret Service have requested our assistance at the rally. And this is an email from the Adams Township Police Department in Mars, Pennsylvania. I've had several discussions with the Secret Service, and as of today, they are requesting assistance from us with providing sniper overwatch support, counter-assault teams, and a quick reaction force. Our current plan is to provide 2 sniper elements, 2 mobile counter-assault teams, and a quick reaction force. So that was pretty significant support. Now, the reports are there was a third, one of the local sniper teams shot at the shooter, and frankly may have saved lives by distracting him with the shot before he was taken out by the Secret Service sniper. Now, I say that with some caveats, meaning we really still don't know what happened. I mean, there hasn't been an official report as to what happened. So we're kind of trying to piece things together. I think Congressman Clay Higgins had a special interim report he released the other day. It's online. Maybe we'll provide a link to it. Maybe I'll talk more about it in detail next week. But he talked about how the FBI mucked up the investigation, destroyed biological evidence, cleaned up the scene, didn't keep it protected. They authorized, to the surprise of virtually every local official, the cremation of the shooter's body, like within moments. I mean, incredible. There's his report. These are the key findings he made. Here, let me go here. U.S. Secret Service did not retrieve the radios that had been set aside for them by Butler County Technical Command. The radio comms were properly and perfectly arranged during extensive pre-mission planning. So they didn't have a communication stream going on as they should have. All 8 casings from the shots fired by crooks were recovered and supposedly are in the proper possession of the FBI. And these are his preliminary preliminary observations. The 9th shot, this is what I was referencing, the 9th shot fired from on July 13th, was from, so the shooter got 8 shots off, and as Higgins says, the 9th shot fired was from a Butler SWAT operator on the ground about 100 ways from the AGR building. Shot 9 hit Crook's rifle stock and fragged his face, neck, right shoulder area from the stock breaking up. So that likely saved lives. And this isn't news to us. We heard immediately from sources that a local sniper or local officer had shot at Crooks. But it took weeks for it to be confirmed. The 10th and I believe final shot was fired from the Southern Counter Sniper Team. I think that's a Secret Service team. This is the interesting one. Another interesting point. My effort to examine Crook's body on Monday, August 5th, caused quite a stir and revealed a disturbing fact. The FBI released the body for cremation 10 days after July 13th. And I know a lot of people have questions about the water tower. He says it was cleared by a drone by the county tactical commander, ESU Commander Lenz himself. And we've read some of Lenz's emails to you. So you can see the preliminary investigative report is linked there at the bottom. It's worth reading. But thank you, Congressman Higgins, for doing your independent investigation and releasing the information as quickly as you have. So the Secret Service continues to be a mess, and they're hiding records, and it's intrepid individual members of Congress, it's Judicial Watch, independent journalists like Susan Crabtree exposing the full gamut of Secret Service incompetency, politics, and corruption. And it's a dangerous corruption. As far as I'm concerned, we are in an emergency because the Secret Service has proven itself incapable of providing necessary protection to their protectees, including President Trump. And I fear for Trump's safety. I really do. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like our video down below.